Welcome back to another episode of Hear Us Out.
I'm your boy Jay Bizzle.
And this is your boy Keith Jones, and we back with another interesting topic for y'all.
And today our topic will be, what impact does fathers have on their children?
And with that being said, how was your relationship with your father growing up?
Honestly, the relationship was okay. Like, he didn't like live with me growing up, but I did spend a lot of weekends with him. And it's like I can remember a lot of positive stuff. Like, he honestly is the reason I love basketball so much. Like, he's the reason I love some of the music I like. That man can cook. Like, he is hands down like one of the best cooks I know. That's a man.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna say it was like all perfect and everything. Like, every relationship has its ups and downs and there's the rough patches. But I will say I have a lot of like good memories with my dad.
Yeah, for sure.
So like, what was your relationship like
All
with
right.
yours?
So my relationship with my father passed away at the age of me being 4 years old. During that time, I didn't know like the impact my father's death would have on me growing up, but that led me to have to be self-taught out of a lot of things, which is good and bad at the same time, because a lot of things I had to learn on my own. But I didn't have that father figure in my life growing up, but I did have my uncles and people like that. What do you think are like some positive things a father could have on his kids?
One positive thing I can think of is just a father being there gives the kid a certain level of confidence in themselves.
Yes.
Just because like the father is like for some reason the fathers are like the more intimidating.
Yeah.
Like parent for some reason. I don't know why. But like, I mean, not in all cases, but for the majority of the time. So like, to get that approval from your father, or to like have your father there witnessing you doing something, it just kind of gives a kid like a feeling of satisfaction. Like, yo, my dad was here for that. I don't know. I just feel like just a father being there just give the kid a certain level of confidence in themselves.
Yeah, I would say with a father being in, especially a boy's life, like a father teaches their son how to be men. They turn them from boys into men. They teach them how to do things men should know. Things as such as like tying the tie, checking oil, some of everything. So fathers are really important in kids' lives.
Even with the girls too, the father is like the first man they ever in love with. Like, witnessing how their father treats their mother and everything like that, it shows them like how they're supposed to be treated. Especially if you have like a positive father. Not every father is gonna be a good one, but like you have that positive father, like the strong male figure in your life, it will kind of have that effect.
Yeah. To piggyback on that, I feel like a father basically shows a daughter what she should be looking for in a man.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Like, one thing, like, my nieces, their father died, and I've always felt like I had to be the one to step up and show them, like, to be the positive male role model. And one thing I've always told myself that I'm going to do is, like, once they get to the age where they start dating, I was going to, like, individually just, like, take them out, show them how they're supposed to be treated, and do not accept nothing less than that.
Nothing less. Because I feel like if the father was in the house and he was present in the kids' lives, but he mistreated the mother and he physically abused the mother, or he curses the mother out a lot, I feel like with both boys and girls, they will think that is normal in a relationship. Right. So with the girls, they will find a dude who they think is like their father, and the dude could be beating on them or doing what the father
that's teaching them like, oh, that's okay, this is acceptable, that this type of relationship I'm supposed to have, because that's how my dad treated my mom.
And same with the boys, like
oh, my daddy whooped my mama ass, so I could beat your ass.
And that's not a good thing.
Yeah, it's definitely not. Like I said, my dad, they did not have the best relationship, but it would have been a few times, like when I was like a toddler. Like, it wasn't like it was just definitely type out, but like I do remember them like getting in certain altercations, and it's just like, as a child witnessing that can scar you. So, but like, it kind of gives you a negative viewpoint of your dad. But like, again, I was too young to understand what was going on. But like, growing up and actually hearing both sides of the story, it's like, okay.
Yeah. I can feel you on that. So, as a man, you need to be present in your kids' lives and do the right thing. Respect the mother. Just do right by your family in general.
All right. So let me ask you this. Like, you kind of touched on it a little bit, but like, I personally don't understand that. But like,
Yeah.
how did it feel growing up without a father though?
Like, it was times where I felt like
Because like, I feel like there's a difference between like having a father that's alive and
it
not being
is.
there versus like having a father who just
Yeah,
is
it
not
is.
there
Yeah,
because of death.
it was times where I felt like I couldn't ask my mother things that I could ask my father if he was there. My mother, she played both roles. Like with sports, I grew up playing sports. She would be outside shooting basketball with me, throwing the baseball, all that. So I was good on that side of things. But as far as like teaching yourself how to tie, change oil, stuff like that, I didn't have that. So I had to teach myself.
Yeah, and on you, and I remember earlier you said you had to rely on your uncles to go to them too. And
Yeah.
that was gonna be another question I had. Like, so who were gonna be like the role models who kind of that you kind of went to, but for not having your dad, but like you said, your uncles, and like
Yeah.
as far as your uncles though, like could you just call them up and just like if you had like a legit like man question, like, hey, should I like oh what do I wear with this, or like as far as like shaving or something like that.
Well, I don't got no hair on my face, so
Babyface Jones.
I ain't had no problems with that. But I guess you could say, in a sense, yeah, I would get their opinions on certain things. But for the most part, I taught myself. YouTube was,
I mean, yeah.
yeah, I taught myself a lot of things.
Cause like I will say, another thing too, as a man, like even your taste in women come from like
Yeah.
other men that you know. Just like I mean, I know they say that like you kind of look for your mother in a
Yeah,
relationship.
that plays a big part with me. Not to interrupt you, but my mother, like when I'm looking for a female, I look for traits that involve like my mom, my sister, my grandma. But a lot of females nowadays don't really got them traits,
Y'all can't
so
cook, y'all
y'all need
can't
to
clean.
step it
I'm
up a
joking.
little bit.
But like, no, that honestly makes sense though, because like your dad chose your mom for a reason, and
Yeah,
he saw something in her. So for you to
yeah,
want that same type of relationship or that same type of like the traits in the woman, like that kind of does make sense.
yeah,
Now, honestly, I will say like for like fathers do have the impact as far as like especially with sports and stuff like that.
yeah,
Like no man, like I feel like that was for one thing like really big of your mother to actually have to like realize like okay he doesn't have a father, so this is something I have to do.
yeah,
Like, I even know from like my mom, it was just certain things like my dad couldn't always, like I said, he couldn't always be there just because like hey he lived in a different town and stuff like that. And
yeah.
when I was younger, like I said, I was the awkward kid, so I didn't know how to actually form that bond with him and be vocal. But mothers do have to sometimes step up when the father isn't around.
Oh, for sure. Cause with my mama, she was like, baseball was my game growing up. She was at all my games. My mama was like a baker. She was a cook, so she would be baking cookies, cakes in the stands, just making bread and supporting her son all at the same time. So that was a big thing. Like she would be at all my games, so that kind of helped rather than kids who probably didn't have their parents at their game or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, honestly, not having a parent in the game does have a bit. I
Yeah,
know for me personally, like my mom worked a lot in the game. My dad was in different towns, so like they couldn't always come to the games. And
yeah,
like in the moment, you kind of like hold it against them, but like
yeah.
at the same time, but you gotta like you have to learn. Yeah,
Understand?
you gotta
Yeah.
understand it. Especially like my mom being a single mom, she
Hmm.
can't work, be at the games like all the time and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I would also say that fathers are literally considered the main protector.
Oh yeah, for sure. The father is supposed to be the protector over everybody, the whole house.
Like I don't care what nobody say about my dad. Like one thing you cannot say about him is that he does not love his boys. Like me and my brother,
Yeah.
like I like my dad. I ain't gonna lie. He like me. He got a little temper on him too. Like he is goofy as all get out, but he got a little temper on him.
Yeah.
But like I would say, every fight I have witnessed my dad be in has been about either me or my brother.
Yeah, for
It was
sure.
one time I even helped him fight somebody. It was a little man in the street got
Yeah.
going like about to disrespect me. But like nah, like honestly, but that's something I feel like as men, like that comes from your father. Like you have to learn how to like stand up for your family. You have to learn how to be strong for your family.
Yeah,
You gotta learn how to provide for your family. And not having that, I mean, yes, you have to look to other role models like me, like being surrounded by mainly women my whole life. You still see that, but at the same time, like it's just certain things and certain stuff you have to just pick up from a man. And like that, I feel like that's another reason why my mom sent me to my dad like a lot of weekends. She like, it's only so much I can teach you.
Yeah.
You have to go there with him.
Yeah, for sure. So let me ask you a question. What are some things your dad taught you how to do that you use to this day?
Honestly, this is not the main thing, but one thing I would say is shoot. Like
Yeah.
ever like even as a kid, like as a not even a kid, like a baby, like I had a ball in my hand, and I remember one day we was just like the shooting and stuff. Then he like told me like how to get my form better. I was like, okay, so I would go practice that. I remember being like, for some reason this is my favorite memory, but like we was one day we was in the backyard just shooting ball, and he like, even though it's weird, I shoot right-handed, but I'm left-handed. But I didn't know how to do a left-handed layup at the time because like everybody just pretty much like, oh, you right-handed, do this. But like, no, I'm not right-handed. I just shoot right-handed. It's so confusing.
Yeah.
But like, he was like, I mean, one day we literally was outside. He just teach me how to do a left-handed layup, and honestly, that's like, it's like one of my favorite things. Like I love going to my left and stuff like that. Just little stuff like that, and just joke. Like literally, we used to play the game together, joke together, and everything. And I don't know. It's just like that's just one thing I remember.
And y'all with this man talking about basketball. This man is baby Jordan.
Don't let this side fool you.
That man baby Jordan. He got a shot.
But like, yeah, like seriously, like him just talking about how he was in high school and stuff like that. Me and my brother, like we all like just happen to be good shooters, but at the same time, that kind of steered from him because he actually took the time to like put us in sports or encourage us to play sports. I'll say that.
I feel like, to kind of give myself a question, but it's like the opposite. My mom taught me how to treat women. Like, it was times like when we would go out, my mom, like if we were to go to like a store or whatever, my mom and my sister would like literally stand at the door until I opened the door for them. Like, it's just like little simple things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do remember that. Like we used to go to the laundromat, and my mom would literally like, any woman come through that door, you better hold the door for her. And like, oh my lord. I mean, one lady tried to tip me. My mom was like, nope, he don't need no money. This is teaching him manners right here. I'm like, dang, I wanted some bubble gum or something. But like, nah, like honestly, that's like one thing though, as a man that I feel like we kind of step back from, because you don't see many people just open the door for their lady like that.
Yeah.
Like just not even their lady, just a woman in general.
Yeah.
Or like even like crazy. On the way over here, when I was driving, I saw somebody walking. I saw this couple walking on the street. The man was on the inside. The lady was towards the traffic. And I was like, just something little like that is like,
it means a lot.
Yeah, like bro, you better like what she would have got.
Put your woman on the other
That's
side.
what I'm saying, bro. Fact, you ain't learned them from Fat Albert.
But yeah, like opening the door, little things like that. Now that I'm grown, it's like it then became like a habit to me. So I do it off muscle memory now.
And I will say another thing my dad taught me. I remember it's a tough conversation that we have to have, but like my dad actually did sit me down and had a conversation about sex.
Yeah.
And like it was in the moment I was like, what does mean? Well, like he told me, he was like, hey, everything that look good to you ain't good for you. I was like, you got like, you ain't gonna go deeper into that, but like, nah, he literally just kind of put that in my head. And like, as I got older, I kind of realized like low key, it makes sense because like, just because you see a pretty girl or just because you see something that you're attracted to don't mean that's the best route to take. You need to look for deeper like things in a woman other than like their physical appearance. You need to look for how they are around children. You need to look how they like take care of themselves. Like not even just cooking, cleaning, because like it's 2022. We need as good men, we need to learn how to do that too.
I be whipping it up in the kitchen just so y'all know.
You just had to plug that in there. But like but seriously though, I just feel like that's, as a man, it's just certain stuff, like, as far as sex, that we need to understand, too. Like, he also told me, like, we need to use a condom. You don't need to work around with having babies. You shouldn't have sex with somebody unless you actually, like, into them. And, like, I mean, granted, they would want us to wait for marriage, but like, come on now, we in 2022.
Yeah.
But like, not encouraging sex before marriage, just putting it out there. But like, that is a tough conversation. I feel like you need to have with your father.
Yeah, for sure. And another thing, my mom taught me, I can remember like when I was little and me and my mama was like watching a TV show or a movie, and there's this dude just beating this woman. And I just can remember her saying like, "You better not ever put your hands on the female, or we gonna have a problem." I can remember that we gonna have a problem. Like that's not a good thing to do.
Yeah, you should never put your hands on a woman.
Yeah.
Now, I ain't gonna lie. I'm childish, but I used to always say like, all the time I put my hand on a woman, if my life is threatened, I'm like, hey, if she trying to kill me, hey, forget the law, I know. Yeah. But all jokes aside though, like that's another thing too. Just like,
but if a female ever hit me, my sister better put the paws to her, bro.
What? That's what I'm like. Yeah, that's the thing too. I'm like, hey, I ain't gotta hit you. I got a sister who ain't scared to go to jail for me. Like, oh man.
Yeah, but if you a dude out there hitting a female brother, use a palm.
Yeah, we said what we said.
Yeah.
But all right. So, what do you feel like is a negative impact of having a father not be there?
I mean, a kid could not feel like he could feel lonely or not wanted.
I did used to feel like. For a while, like I said, I'm the baby, so I used to like model after my brother a lot. I used to like take from my sister a lot, just trying to fit in. And for a while, I did used to feel I'm like, damn, my brother's the favorite, or like, oh, my sister's the favorite, and something like that. But honestly, me and my dad had like a legit sit down about that, and he was like that confirmation, like, no, I have no favorites, like you're my son too. I love you too, like. I see y'all as equals. I don't see like one as above the other. Yeah. And like just even like a conversation like that coming from a father that would like hit you like, dang, and like just hearing like, I'm proud of you, son. Like that stuff like, hey.
I ain't gonna lie, I low-key feel like all parents got their favorites, but you never know.
Hey, low key, like
yeah, you never know, bro.
Some of them are a little biased too. But nah. But seriously though, just like hearing certain words from your father, like hearing like, I'm proud of you from your dad has a bigger, like, it has a deeper feeling than people like actually understand.
Yeah, and another thing, I feel like a negative like impact. I feel like a kid could feel like empty inside, like something is missing. Like when my pop said something might be missing. Yeah.
Honestly, I could see that because especially like most children, like even like they portray this in movies too, like their father is not like in their lives. They be like, why doesn't my dad love me? Or like, why does my dad want me? Or like stuff like that. And like, I do feel like not having your father and having a kid feel that way is like...
Yeah, especially at like the younger ages, like when the schools have like the Father Day luncheon, like you go feel that.
You like everybody just end up like their
with their daddy,
Zaxby's, Chick-fil-A and stuff like that, and you just like...
Yeah, even I felt that, but I knew my father had passed away, and you can't run from death.
Like, you can... Yeah. But like, for your father to be alive and not be present, that's a different thing.
Yeah.
So I will say, men, we need to step up.
Step up.
I mean, I ain't got no kids, but I'll be there.
Yeah. I'm gonna be there for my seed, bro.
Right. But like, even like, still though, I have a few friends who are like, they're my age, but they do have kids, but they make a point to be in their kids' lives.
Yeah.
Like whether or not you and the mother worked out, like you still have to be like present for that kid because that kid didn't ask to be here.
Not at all, bro.
Like, how you know how mad you would be? Like, you mad at me because I'm here, but I didn't ask to be here. Like, what the world? Because of you, I gotta pay bills for the rest of my life. Exactly. But nah, like honestly,
it's important to be in your kids' lives to make sure they come up in the world and be upstanding citizens. All this, bro, like be there for your kids.
And it's not only about being present; it's about how you are when you are present too. Like you can, just because you're around your kids don't mean you're actually impacted. Don't mean you're actually impacting them because like anybody can just have a kid and just like, oh, go play the game and let them
like, not taking up any time with your kids.
Yeah, like it's crazy because some of my best memories of me and my dad just laughing about stuff or going like do stuff like that. But as far as like certain kids who parents are there but not there, like I know somebody now who their dad works so much, and like he bring their dad, like he brings his work home, and he don't even really like even interact with his family like that. And you don't realize, especially for a female, for to have their dad just like feel like he don't really care.
Yeah.
That like they cut deep.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. So if you have a kid and if you're a dude, like take up time with your kid. If it's a dude, you should be taking your kid to throw ball, playing sports, enroll your kids in sports. If it's a little girl, take her on a daddy daughter date or something. Like
Yeah.
show your daughter that dude need to be open the door for her. All this, take her on the date, do something, bro.
That was gonna be my next question too. I was like, say what? So what does it mean to be a good father?
Basically,
Yeah, that's basically
basically
like
what I said. Just showing up.
just showing up.
Be a man. Take care of your seed, bro. Yeah.
But like, yeah, just literally being there and
Yeah.
being like impactful, just doing stuff like helping them learn, like teaching them certain stuff, like
Teaching them right from wrong,
Yeah.
what they need to be doing, what they don't need to be getting in.
and another thing, encourage them. Like
Yeah.
kids nowadays are trying to find their way in life. Like
You-
everybody's trying to find their way in life.
Yeah.
So like if your kid is like a little bit out of the norm, don't discourage it. Just like try to understand why they are like that. Well, shoot, you could be the reason. But like now, just like try to understand. Like I feel like fathers,
Understand your
should
kid.
be more understanding and accept their kid and love them for who they are and stuff like that. Because I know me, like I'm an individual. Like I mean, I don't feel like I've always felt like I didn't really fit in with like this certain crowd. I mean, I can get along with anybody, but it's just like I just never felt like I had a specific place. And like the fact that like my dad just one day he was just like, yo, whatever. Just out the blue is like whatever you feel like you put your mind to, you can do it.
Yeah.
And like don't ever like let nobody discourage you from being who you are. And I was like, well, you know what, man, you right, man. And just hearing that from your dad, just like I mean, don't get me wrong, my mom was like one of my biggest encouragers too. Not
Yeah.
but like this episode about fathers.
Yeah.
But like nah, seriously though, just like hearing that and just having that encouragement, it gives the kid like me, I ain't even a kid, but it gives me the confidence to like, you know what, I can be who I am just because like my dad sees something in me that I can't see.
Yeah. Alright.
And another thing too, that I was just thinking about, we really don't give that much credit to the fathers who are actually good out there. Because like
Yeah.
if you think about it, Father's Day is not really one of the biggest holidays.
It's not.
You don't think like I heard this somewhere before, but you don't hear nobody making a song about their dad. So it's always like you think about it, you got Dear Mama and junk like that.
Yeah.
It was a Chris Rock joke. He like, what song we got for men? Papa was a Rolling Stone. I love Chris Rock, but nah, honestly though, like there's a lot of fathers out here who are doing good, but like they don't really get that as much acknowledgement as a woman does. Especially it's some single fathers out there too.
Yeah.
But people don't want to talk about that. But I will say, Daddy's Little Girls was like one movie that actually kind of shined a light on that. Like there are some good fathers out there who actually go hard for their kids. But like there's real life men out here who are like doing that, but we don't get them
Yeah.
credit for that. Why is that? I feel like as a society, it's just like, yeah, like it's certain things that, yeah, men are like kind of put up on the pedestal as far as like certain things, but when it comes to like raising a family and stuff like that, just like that all goes to a woman because a woman's supposed to raise the kid.
And another thing, I feel like you can be a deadbeat mom and be present in your kid's life at the same time.
Oh yeah,
Because I remember it was a viral video that was going around. The mama, she was raising her kids, but the daddy tried to bring his kids some McDonald's, and the mama just threw it out.
I remember that. Yeah.
Because she was like, if you can't feed all my kids, don't bring him McDonald's. But that's his kid.
Yeah,
That's his obligation. Like
it's his kid. Like I don't think he was like that man couldn't be responsible for all her kids that ain't his. I
Yeah.
mean, what the world? What if he couldn't afford to feed all them kids?
that's
Like
I'm
what the
saying,
world?
like,
Oh, but I do remember that though. That's crazy.
yeah.
And like this is sad too, but like especially like black men, we get stereotyped as being a deadbeat dad. Like
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, like even I made a joke about it on stage about it. I was like, yeah, I think I'm predisposed to being a deadbeat dad. I was like, nah, like dang, the kid hungry. I gotta feed you. Like, didn't you just eat yesterday?
Yeah.
But like, nah, seriously though. But we are giving a bad rap as black men for not being there. Like, if you think about it, most of the like 2-parent homes would be like like white families and stuff
Yeah.
like that. You hard like for somebody to see like a black family that has a dad and a mom. Everybody be like, really? They still together? Like they're together? They're married? Like it's rare. And
We need to get back to that.
like honestly, like I feel like we have more baby mamas and baby daddies, but we don't have actual families anymore like we used to. Like it's rare that you see a black family who is still together, and I do feel like we need to get back to that. Like I don't
Need
know,
some black love out there,
man,
bro.
black love for real though. That's
Yeah.
the best. I can't talk. We ain't gonna talk about my situation. But like not still, but like even still, like even as far as like if you do just happen to date somebody outside your race or something like that, still like you as a male or a woman or whatever, like
At least you
you
be
still have to-
together, come
yeah.
together as a family. Yeah.
and understand differences. But as a father though, a black father, I don't know. It's just tough. Like I ain't gonna say we. Why I keep saying we like I have a kid, but like black fathers just either you don't get enough credit or you. I don't know. It's tough out here for black fathers, honestly.
And I feel like it's important to be a black father, especially raising a black young boy.
Oh, definitely. Like especially.
Because
Go ahead. Well, we like we just in it though.
Yeah.
We in it though.
Because nowadays, you have to teach your son how to act around cops, how to act in certain situations, and I feel like that's a conversation that need to be held only between a black man and his son.
Yeah, honestly, like even as far as like learning how to present yourself in like public settings, especially like getting job interviews, how to speak eloquently and stuff like that, and like just how to carry yourself in general, how to like groom yourself well. Like I ain't gonna lie, I've been kind of slack on getting a haircut, but like my plug right here. But like but seriously though, just like even the stuff as far as like grooming, how to dress, and like stuff like that, wearing a belt. There's something simple like that I feel like we as black men have stepped back from, like especially these past few like generations and stuff like that. It has kind of taken a downfall. Like you don't have people like Martin Luther King walk around no more, like who was an example of like how to carry yourself in a certain way. Or you don't have like people who just carry themselves like that now. Like most of our role models are athletes or rappers. Like we had Obama, but like even he was questionable. Everybody like that man named Hussein. Like we didn't know Obama. But like seriously though, it's just I just feel like we don't have many people to look up to in this generation as far as that.
Yeah.
First things first. Rest in peace, Uncle Phil.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
Yes, sir. But think about it though. When have you ever seen a black father who even like recently who even has the same demeanor as Uncle Phil? You don't. Like even the Winslows from doing Family Matters. When you seen a black father who has that demeanor? I mean, granted, I feel like you need a haircut to go with it. The little bald. But like you just don't really see black fathers like carry their family like that who like
In
carry
real
themselves
life
like
versus-
like in a proper manner, just stuff like that. Like people see it as bougie or stuck up, but like no, just like it's no, you can't put a color like you be like, oh, you acting white. No, you can't act a color. You can only act like you have some sense or act like a fool. We just need to have more men who are willing to. I ain't gonna say you have to be just like Uncle Phil, but like just have the same morals.
I feel like we need some more fathers out there like James Evans, boy.
Right, I was thinking the
He
same
showed
thing.
tough love, but he
Yes.
also protected his kids.
Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's a good another end of the spectrum right there. You got Uncle Phil and you got James Evans.
Yeah.
James Evans, poor
He
black
took-
man, but fought hard to make sure his family had what they needed, and like he showed them unconditional love. Now JJ might have got on his nerve,
Yeah.
but like seriously though, just that dynamite. But just like that is another like role model that we had like as a father figure. Just like you can have the rich black man father, or you can have your James Evans type of father. But either way, like they showed their kids right from wrong.
And James Evans, he just showed both sides. He showed the tough side and the soft side.
Yes, mainly tough. I don't know. It's just I do feel like we need more positive black male role models. Shoot, we could be one, bro.
Yeah.
We could, hey man, honestly, I would be down to mentor like a kid.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, and that's another thing too. Like for the kids who don't have like men in their life, black men step up, be a mentor. Like go like pretty sure it's like Big Brother programs or something like that out there still. Like I would definitely look more into it because, like, again,
And with the things I feel like I done been through in life, I could drop a lot of knowledge off on a little kid, bro. For sure. What you mean?
I'm joking, bro. I'm joking.
Brother, good too.
No, honestly, yeah, and that's another thing too. Like for those who have tough lives and stuff like that, you can like, and you have shown that you have overcome stuff like that. You can teach someone under you how to like deal with the same thing. Like yes, like your life might be hard, your father might not be around, but this is how you can take steps forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, you can do it, bro. I believe in you.
You too, bro. You too, bro.
I do.
Alright, so I guess we go end this on a good note.
Hey, we apologize for the little time space in between the episodes.
Yeah.
Just trying to get our work schedule like lined up is hard, but we gonna try to come more consistently with y'all, man.
Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe.
And we appreciate y'all, every view, every subscriber. We appreciate everybody.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for joining us.
Peace.